In this video, I'll show you how to wire up a ceiling fan with light that's operated by two independent switches. When you have two switches side by side in a junction box, typically one closes an electrical circuit for the fan and one closes an electrical circuit for the light. Now, the light and fan each also have a secondary switch, typically a pull chain, so that you can shut off power to each of these individually at the unit as well. Basically, this means that both the wall switch and the pull chain must be in the on position for the light or the fan to come on. Okay, let's wire this thing up. As I show you this, please bear in mind that I am a science teacher by trade and not an electrician. Be sure to consult a professional on anything that doesn't make sense. Having said that, feel free to drop a comment below with any questions or suggestions, and I'll try to answer them. First things first, shut off the breaker for this circuit. Yes, you could totally just turn both of these switches off, and that does stop the flow of electrons to the fan and light, but you do run the risk of your wife coming in, seeing you work on a ladder alone in the dark, and flipping on a switch just to hear you scream in pain. Flip that breaker so you're not surprised. Then I'd suggest doing a quick double check with a non-contact voltage detector to ensure that there's no electricity running through these wires. I like this one I have from Klein Tools. It's linked in the description along with all the other materials in case you need it. Your pair of switches are most likely on a 15 amp circuit, meaning they use 14 gauge wire in a white jacket. As long as your lighting is wired with power coming into the junction box for the switches, a piece of 14.3 Romex will run from the switches up to the ceiling fan. At the ceiling fan, you'll find the other end of the 14.3 Romex. Within that white jacket are 4 copper wires. A bare copper ground wire, a neutral wire in white insulation, and a red and a black wire, which are both hot. Now, if you're on a 20 amp circuit, the wires will be in a yellow jacket instead of white, but that's totally fine. The connections will work the same way. The ceiling fan with light will have 4 wires ready for connection: black, white, blue, and green. And there should be another green wire coming from the ceiling fan bracket. Let's connect them up, starting with the green wires. These are the ground wires for the fan and light, so you're going to connect them to the bare copper wire in the 14.2 Romex. You can use a twist-on connector or anything you want for this. Just make sure to follow the directions on the package for your connectors and use the right size. When connecting stranded to solid wire, I like to use Wago lever nuts. They're super easy to use. Lift the lever, push the wire in all the way, and close the lever. Do that for all 3 wires, and the connector is clear on the back so that you know if you've pushed the wires in all the way. Wago lever nuts also have a strip gauge built into them, so you know exactly how much insulation to remove on your insulated wires. Whatever connector you use, the green and bare copper wires should be connected first. Next, find your white neutral wires from both the fan and light and in the 14.3 Romex. These may need some insulation removed. So use the strip gauge on your connectors or on the package they came in so you know exactly how much insulation to strip. After they're stripped, connect them together like you did for the ground wires. Now let's talk about the black and blue wires from the fan and the light. The blue wire, aka Papa Smurf, is the hot wire for the light, and the black wire, aka Gargamel, is the hot wire for the fan. Strip the amount of insulation you need and connect the black hot wire from the fan to the black hot wire in the 14.3 Romex. Now your fan is wired. Next, find Papa Smurf and connect him to the remaining red wire in the 14.3 Romex. One quick note here, most people like for the switch closest to the entry into the room to be for the light and the other one to be for the fan, but it's not always necessarily wired that way. If you want to make sure of it, take the plate cover off of the switches and peek inside. If the switch closest to the door is the one with the red wire, then you're good to go. If not, you can reverse the hot wire connections in the fan to get things where you want them. Almost done. The final thing you need to do is to ensure that all of your connections are in the junction box above, which is required by code. So push all of your splice joints through the center hole in the fan's mounting bracket. Now she's up to code. Now return the outer cover of the ceiling fan and light, turn your breaker back on, and check your switches and pull chains to ensure everything worked as it should. There it is, a ceiling fan with light operated by 2 switches. Hey, real quick, do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up if it helped you out in some way. And if you need to figure out how to wire a 3-way switch, I've got a video you can check out right here. And if after seeing this video you feel like I've earned your subscription, you can do so by clicking the ManCycle logo right here. See you next time.